So I do see Fernando a decent amount. I just don't really see him played the way that I would consider one of the better ways that he's picked up. I see Shield Fernando with the Aegis sort of just sit there and hold your shield the entire time a ton. I made a bunch of videos on that already. I've also made a bunch of videos on Scorch and playing him. It's kind of a hybrid or even damage leaning, and that way of playing him has become really, really rare in my matches, even though I often see him played as a shield character in scenarios where he'd do way better as like a hybrid when you've already got like another tank, or hopefully some of the matches today. But Formidable also, for some reason, even though it's really, really weird, I see more than Scorch sometimes. But yeah, I'll show you the builds. I've tweaked them a little bit since the last video. We'll jump into some matches, you know, the normal sort of stuff. The Aegis build is pretty much the same. The other version of the Aegis build is maybe a little bit different, but just has Towering Barrier in there, which I would recommend most of the time. It really does depend though. I'd say overall, regardless of what tank you're going to go for, you can kind of pick these two builds. So you can go for Scorch and this setup, Scorch and this setup, or like full Fireball. It's pretty much just a gradient on how much you want to focus on it. I'd maybe even say that a lot of the time I go for the Aegis setup and do best with it, just not going for the talent and then grabbing Scorch instead, not necessarily going for like the full thing. But you can see the builds here. I really don't need to explain them too much. They're really, really straightforward. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Aegis is bad. If anything, it's actually maybe better than it was in the last video. It's really, really good at the moment. But Scorch comboed with the right build, instead of being better or worse than Aegis, this is kind of the whole point of the video, is most of the time just different. And it really does depend on your preference, what you do better with, the teams, the maps, all that sort of stuff. So let's jump to game one, run some Scorch Fernando, hopefully show it off, even though I might not necessarily play super aggressively with it. That's kind of the point. For this one, there's two ways you can look at it. Either one, we play super safe, super defensive, and let the team do the damage, because we've got a Sati, Amani, Lian with a Genos. Pretty crazy comp. Or we try and add on to the burst to make it even more crazy by doing Scorch. We'll try and do the second one. I'll try and add on to the burst to make it even more crazy. We'll see, it might be the wrong decision, but then again, they do have a Ruckus and a Hi-rez, so I feel like Scorch is kind of the default when you look at their team. But Xin, Koga, and IO. What build do I go for there? That's kind of a different decision. We could go full Fireball and really lean into it. I could go kind of in the middle with like the Aegis setup and play a little bit more defensive with also a little bit of burst in there, but I don't know. I feel like we could either go with this one or this one. I don't think it's Towering Barrier really. Probably Aegis. It depends if we want to push the IO. There's actually a lot of things you have to take into consideration picking the build. I'm going to just go super safe, really aggressive Fireball, even though that wasn't really the plan. And then we'll go Chronos to start, just to really try and do damage. We'll see. Improvised, Eminence, Power Cosmic, and Mana Rift, so feels like we're going for a full combo thing here. Rocket Barrage, Adrenaline, Unnatural, Goddesses, and Guillotine. In we go. Let's just try and get early Fireball straight off the bat. Don't really know where I want to place myself, but hitting the Yag there is actually kind of horrible because of the way her hitbox works. That's actually kind of gross. I don't really know what to say about that other than, yeah, I don't like the fact that Yag can sit in that corner and she's kind of annoying to hit. Hit there on her, we're just going to have to retreat a little bit. The whole team kind of pulling away here. The speed on the Fireball, though, is massive. We'll see if we can throw it through like a 1.5k or 2k Fireball there. There's another one. Trying to angle it. General Seals are keeping us full health. I'm just not really doing too much here. We're going to just dash back a little bit. Shield again. That Xin is gone. Fireball there on the Yag. Didn't hit the IO somehow. Just trying my best to yeah, pressure the two of them if we can. We'll dash through. It is an onslaught. I don't know why I'm playing it like it's a siege. I really should just be trying to like take a cauterize and maybe annoy the healer. I guess we can go for the ultimate here. When else are we going to pop it? They don't really have anything that's like, I guess, counter to combo, right? Other than maybe like a Xin ult. There's a double Fireball. Of course, he goes ahead and pops it just as I said that. More ticks on him. Fireball there. Actually landed that one. Dash through. Didn't even finish him off, but the team did. There's the shield again. Got to give this Jonas props. His heals have been pretty much on point this entire time so far. I'm just trying to avoid the Aggro damage because I feel like it's going to add up as well. Double Fireball there again. The speed is absolutely just massive on that. I feel like we're doing overall good damage so far. Just not really playing the point too much because they've got the double tank. It's kind of hard for me, especially early game here with Cauterize not being that crazy. But first death, by the way. Finally time to go back and grab some armor plating and arcane. I'm going to grab both. I feel like I need, yeah, just damage reduction here. I don't think the damage is actually that crazy. I for some reason thought the team would be a little bit more bursty than they actually are. Sadly going for the ultimate. Let's chase this Xin down. There we go. Root, nice. Double hit. Cool. Koga's on nothing too. The speed we have with that is just ridiculous. That stun goes through the shield. You hate to see it. We've got the ultimate. Do we go for it? Yeah, sure. Just to maybe be annoying. Tick them here. Kind of zone them off a little bit. Yep, shield, Fireball through. I feel like I'm kind of locked in here just making Fireball aggressive Fernando work. Massive damage with the fire. They're both just here. I ultimate. Sure, the team should have it. They're both gone. That's a fair enough trade. When I actually sort of stop and think about it, there probably is actually a good scenario to go for like full damage Fernando. I could have gone in front and tried to block, but I thought it made more sense to try and clear him. He's getting full heals from the IO, so that didn't really do anything there. One more hit should do it. Yeah, both gone. Nice. I feel like as the game goes on, we're going to do better as a team, but even though Yagarath is soaking up so much of my damage, and I don't feel like I'm doing that much, we are still baiting and buying time for the team, and we're adding in the damage there, instead of just standing around as a shield, which would work, but not as much as trying to do what I'm trying to do. Did he just DC? No, I don't know what just happened there. Fireball for her. Don't know if my explanation really made sense, but I feel like regardless of what we went for, it would have kind of worked. It's sort of what I'm trying to say. Let's push on the IO a little bit, maybe just separate the tanks a tad. I could have gone for the ultimate. Just went for the ultimate, didn't get anything. Yagrath going for the ult there on the Amani, and somehow the team actually managed to clear them. There's a Koga just here. We're going to ignore him. Let's see if we can get rid of the Yag. There's a little double tap combo. Is an onslaught, so I'm trying to play the point, but man, the double tank is making it kind of tough. My damage is going to be pretty crazy because we are stacking up the fireballs a lot. It's just one of those things where A lot of the time on this one, I tried to ult there, didn't get that off. I even play the sound effect. What I'm trying to say is a lot of the time I'm just kind of trying to go through the tanks, but we can't because we don't actually have that much damage. We are Fireball Fernando and we are outputting a lot, but versus a Yagg and a Ruckus with an IO who's like constantly, healing. It's tough. That might be one of the most cooked explanations I've ever put in a video. I'm going to go for the ultimate. I did make the sound effect there again. That's like the second time it's done that. Can't actually chase this IO down because it's too fast, but there we go. Eventually gone. Pretty much any save we went for though is what I was trying to say would have worked. I just think the damage one was actually just a little bit better. The IO heals in this one whenever she's there. We just can't clear them, but wish the team would kind of push up with me here on this IO because she's the only healer they've got, and I feel like we can quite easily clear if we just played a little bit better. There's more damage. Yep, just going to keep ticking her. Luna stun. Do I go for the ultimate here? Probably not. Yeah, Zin's going to ult me. That was another scenario where, again, if I bought the ultimate, I probably would have just died a couple seconds after. Very, very weird game. We've got full arcane, full armor plating. We are trying to do the tank plus damage thing. Feel really fast to us, even if I don't hit somebody with a fireball. When we hit a couple with zooming, but even without it, like if I just sort of wiggle correctly, it kind of works. So Ruckus ultimate now would be a good time to go for the ult. Sati died a little bit too late there. We do counter it though, just enough. Yep, shield, dance over this way, Jonas ultimate. A little bit late, but he did catch the IO somehow. I don't know where she was, but sure, Koga will shield from the claws. One little tick, fireball. He's definitely kind of new just from the way he's walking, I think. I don't know. Shields, ticks. Yeah, Yagg's gone. She's surprisingly been the biggest pain in the ass for me in this one. We have been even pretty much the entire time in this one, though. 270 to 280. It's been one of the better onslaughts I played on this map. Usually it ends up going kind of one-sided. This one's actually been, yeah, even the entire time nearly. Yagg running in. Dash through. Fireball here. Koga ult. Shield the explosion. Yeah, there we go. Zin ultimate on me again. There's a big fireball. Didn't even go out. I guess it gets maybe despawned if you die. I feel like that should have gone out there. More Chronos. Do I even need anything else? Gotta say, I haven't really noticed the power cosmium on the generals so far, but maybe the rest of the team has. She's going to go in there with the ult. Yagg's just kind of free. Dash in this way, just be kind of annoying. We'll block that for a little bit. Hello, Zin. Fireball. Dash over. Yeah, this is just me trying to play Fernando as like a damage, but also tanking as much as I can. Not what I was expecting it to be. I thought it would be like that thing, but in the other direction, where I was tanking a turn, trying to damage a little bit. But this works too. There's a shield, more damage on the Yagg. Just trying to keep quarter eyes on the Yagg if I can. We're going to go for the ultimate here. Do I need to do that? Probably not, but Koga was just slashing away. All teams here, we won the fight. Nice. There's a hit on the IO. Tried to shield. The stun taking me out of that is kind of just annoying. Luna stun goes through my shield. Just ulted this. Got to say that IO's definitely played it the best on their side so far in this one. We throw a cross-mount fireball. Didn't have really time to do anything else there, but don't have an Imani, by the way. Didn't actually point that out because I didn't realize until just then when she was moving kind of weird, but we don't have an Imani. She just reconnected. Okay. I don't know how long she was gone, but that would kind of explain why it went downhill for a little bit there. Koga's kind of low. IO's also not looking too good. Managed to redirect the fireball. Nice. I grabbed morale boost, which was probably the wrong thing to go for. I don't really care about that stack too much. Now we go for the ultimate. But there we go. There's the defeat. We lost it by about 50 in the end. I think our Imani DCing is kind of what lost it for us, but hard to say really. I think I did the best going for the super aggressive full damage Fernando. I don't think the defensive shield setup would have worked, or even more leaning defensive than we were in that one, which I was only doing a tiny bit. But yeah, 85k is actually lower than I thought it would be there. 67k is also lower. When you compare it to the rest, it actually is pretty solid. That's highest damage in that game other than the Sati, so I'm not going to complain. I just feel like I should have had more like 100k there. I don't know. General Shield for Rotani played really well. Amani did DC, but when she was there, she was doing fine. The stats overall in that one are just kind of weird. I always style the show for sure. I noticed that in the game she healed for a ton. The rest of them, nothing too crazy. Zin did pretty solid though. Definitely wouldn't have won the game going for the full shield setup. We would have just had double the shielding, half the damage, I reckon. Maybe we would have lost by a little bit more. I feel like we were getting cleared so much by like Zin ultimate and other stuff that trying to play defensively, we'd have just never been able to break in and push in because I feel like we were pushing the IO back and stuff. I don't know. Re-queue, game 2, keep it going. Not a bad showcase, but just a strange game to try and do full damage Fernando, even though it worked, if that makes sense. Anyway, it seems like for game 2 we've got the opposite of that last game. We've got Siege Frog, Aldean, Andro, Kinessa, and Damba versus Kazumi, Furia, Khan, Omen, and Kinessa, whereas in that last one, pretty much every build would have kind of worked. I think in this one, none of them are particularly ideal. Scorch with damage could kind of work, but Khan does counter it kind of heavily. Aegis was probably going to get cleared like crazy because I got Kinessa and an Omen, and a Kazumi, and a Khan. Going to run super defensive Fernando. Feels like the right thing here. It wasn't really the direction I was planning for the video, but sometimes you have to shift a little bit. That was a decent fireball. More ticks on him. The shield is getting cleared a ton. I need to try and buy time and stuff. We'll dance over this way a little bit. Try and stand in the gourd. There we go. First blood. Nice. Fernando went in. Not Fernando. Andro. He's dancing around a ton. We're kind of distracting the Kinessa. Her mines are kind of annoying, but we can just tick them really, really quickly, and it's sort of fine. There we go. Keep the quarter eyes on him. Sometimes the plan just kind of changes. We do also have the little bit of a knock on the F, which is kind of nice for people like Khan, because if we're both shield locked, I can actually kind of push him away like that. We'll just kill him. That works too. Hello. Yeah, Omen, he's gone. Nice. Yeah, this was definitely the right thing to go for. I don't think the damage was the play. I think having the shield up more, especially just to force him to grab wreck and fire into me, is the right option. For the towns, though, we've got Steady Aim, Eminence, Mending Spirits, and Darkstalker. Should have been paying more attention. I don't know why the end's actually so far forward. There's the shield again. Should be trying to soak up a bit of damage, and then Binary Void, Empowered, Steady Aim, I'm going to just dash away. I guess we knocked him really, really weird there. Don't know how that works. Sure, the Kazumi's here on like no health. Is she dead to the tick on that? Was she going to be able to get away? Yep, she's gone. We'll dash. Put on cooldown like the second I hit the button, he grabbed me. We'll dash again because we've got reset. This is definitely the best thing to have gone for here. Like, for sure. It's one of those videos where I kind of just need to shift it if I need to. I don't want to try and like force Scorch damage Fernando if it doesn't make sense. He went ahead and threw me through the thing, but that's actually fine. We're still up. His heals have just been insane. The shield gen has been ridiculous. Yeah, Damba here, star of the show for sure. We'll go for the ultimate. Weird time to use it, but it should buy us at least a little bit of time. Kinessa got rid of the Kazumi. Shield gets to recharge a bit. Now we can dash over this way. And yeah, we're alright. We've got the selfie on there from the shield. Got to get props to this Damba. But yeah, Storm Bullets, Binary Void, Empowered, Steady Aim, and Solo. So pretty much everything you could have guessed without even me reading through them. Trying to shield this Kinessa a little bit from the damage over on their side so she can sit there for free. Didn't really do too much though. Fireball through him. It's a 3-man. Kind of wish I had Scorch there. And there's a shield again. Just going to keep dancing around a little bit. Push up a little bit. This Omen's on nothing. Missed the fireball. Hello, Kazumi. She should be gone. Definitely going for Guardian Armor Plating here. We do not need Arcane. In this one, we're taking all of our damage from Directed. It's pretty much. The other game was like defensively, offensive, and this one is the other way around. Is that the right way? Did I say it in the right order? I don't know. Don't we know what we go for after Guardian and Armor Plating? It's probably Arcane just when we do take ability damage, or it could be like a Nimble so we can move a bit more. It's definitely Nimble, I think, and yeah, maybe a Morale Boost. I don't think Morale Boost is the play. Probably Nimble and Arcane. We got thrown off the map by Khan. I could have maybe countered that by right-clicking and trying to like fake it out or something, but can't really do too much to kind of like a Khan grab. If he grabs me, I'm just kind of dead. RIP Kinessa. Omen here is just going kind of hammer. We can finish him off. Nope, that is not going to do it. We'll try and tick him. Okay, we did actually clear him in the end. Somehow that was enough damage, and he just didn't get a heal from the Fury. Beam through. A dash over this way. He's being pushed. There's a shield. Heal from the self-heal card. He's going to grab. Am I dead? And that is the 1-2. Didn't really get much of a chance to run back in and give that one another shot. I feel like Damba on this map can be kind of tough with like the angles. The angles, for some reason, like the collision and the floors and stuff on this map are a little bit rough. We're going to just dash. We got grabbed. The amount of CC, man. Do I go for the ultimate here? Yeah, sure. The whole team is, for some reason, super far back, even though I just ulted. I feel like I need to recalibrate my brain from just playing Scorch, Aggressive, Fernando, and the team we had to this new team. I need to play more defensively and with these guys, but I'm trying to push forward so they get some space and stuff. It's just not really working. Just don't really want to dance around doing nothing with the shield like the entire game. I want to try and make some space for these guys to push up and stuff. There's a big Q. Again, really missing Scorch, who blocked a ton of damage, but they did clear it. Try this one again. Yep, block a little bit. He's going to do his Q. Massive reverse of that hit. We'll shield a little bit here. Kinessa's with the thing up. Omen ultimate. Khan just getting rid of the Andro. Sure, shield. Dash out of it. I'm still dead. That is the 1-3. They're playing really well as a team. I've got to give them props. Our team has fallen apart a little bit because they get in and then Kinessa and the Iron kind of die. Andro's trying to like flank and stuff, so we can't really go after the Kinessa because he has to play defensively. I feel like I'm overanalyzing it, but I thought I might as well. I'm going to go ahead and grab Unbound as well, just because the Fury Beam's kind of annoying. It helps with the Omen grab a little bit. I don't know if it actually helps with the Khan grab at all. I'm just going to stand here so we can't go for the grab straight away. We'll dedeploy it for like a little second here, dance around a little bit, shield again. Yeah, just making sure he can't grab me for if he does have the ult. I think he's going to go for it, but yeah, I don't know. Shield's cleared. I think I'm dead. Dead there. Yeah, I just don't know where our damage is. I'm trying my best to pay attention to the team at the same time as doing my thing on Fernando, but I just don't feel like we're dealing any output to them whatsoever. We'll see what the stats at the end, of course. Khan's going to go ahead and grab Leanne ult. We got rid of him, but Kinessa is gone. Damba is the star of the show, and I'll say that much. He is healing really, really well. I've got to give him props. That is going to be the end of it, though. Damba went for the ultimate. That gives us a little bit of space to push in a bit. Hello, Fury. Damage on her. She's going for the ult. That's a Kazumi ult. I'm going to go for mine just to make sure she doesn't die. If she stands in this range, she should be fine. Did she go for hers there? I'm not really sure what's going on. Shield. Dash through, pushing back a bit. Tried to do something there, but we're getting hit from both sides. Kinessa cleared the Kazumi. Are they going to get on it in time? There we go, though. There's the defeat. Even though we got penetrated, it was a pretty damn good game. I think their team, just specifically the way they were playing, really countered our defensive. Kinessa, Leanne, Damba, then obviously as well having to play defensive. And Andrew couldn't really flank. And then, like I said, I was just kind of left in a bit of a weird spot with the way that team was trying to play. We still shielded for a turn. We played the point. I did my job on Fernando. I'm happy with how that turned out, even though, again, we did get kind of melted. Damba healed for a turn. Massive props to him. He only died once there. The Kinessa did all right. Her damage is solid. Leanne had a bit of a hard time, but didn't do a bad job. And Andro, definitely the weakest link there. I didn't even really realize that, but 26k is actually lower than us by like a lot. For their side, Fury went absolutely mental. Kazumi didn't actually do that much there. The Kinessa was solid. The Omen was solid, and the Khan was super annoying for me. What else can I really even say? I feel like I have to turn in this one. The stats sort of spoke for themselves in both the matches, but I showed off two different sides of Fernando. I was expecting it to be just a Scorch, sort of slightly aggressive, maybe even slightly defensive, but with the taunt. Fernando, and instead, we did kind of both. Really defensive Aegis, kinda offensive. Really offensive Scorch, kinda defensive. Flipped. Words. Thank you so much for watching, though, of course. I really do appreciate staying all the way to the end. Let me know what you want to see me next, your thoughts on all the different Fernando stuff I talked about in this video. I'll see you guys all in the next one, and as always, stay frosty.